We need to balance terrible TikToks with perhaps ones that could have some good advice or humor so we can laugh and be happy. Huge thanks to ZipRecruiter for sponsoring this video. Let's get started. Be whoop.
Please stop stressing about getting enough protein with every meal and just get enough for the week on Monday.
Oh man, people are really going ham on these nutrition bros. You know, like we say like 30 to 40-ish grams of protein because that's all your body can absorb. But like, that's not exactly true. 30, 40 is giving the max signal for protein synthesis, to stimulate protein synthesis. Once you have more than that, you're not really getting more bang for your buck, but you can absorb more as time goes on. So pace yourself, spread it out. See, that could be good, but it could also be problematic. And this is where sometimes young residents and med students get thrown. They see a heart rate of 45 and they automatically assume it's terrible. Some people who are in great shape, their resting heart rate is so low because they're just in phenomenal cardiovascular shape. But there are patients who have heart blocks that have a slow heart rate, so you actually need to look at the rhythm strip. And another reason where someone may have a really slow heart rate is because they're not taking their medications properly. Some medications, thinking beta blockers, can slow your heart rate, and I've had patients who take them because they say, oh, my blood pressure felt high, and you're not taking blood pressure medication as needed, and they take several doses of their beta blocker and end up having this beta blockade where their pulse is quite low.
People always ask me how we find water while we're on expeditions in the Amazon rainforest. And it's actually simpler than you think.
Do they bring coffee mugs in their expeditions to the Amazon?
Because the river's going by. The trick is you move the cup. You move the cup with the river.
Don't drink it. No! Bro, they have the straws now. Where is my, Where is my lark? I have to show this gentleman that he can bring the lark with him. Oh my God, I'm just thinking of the giardia that's in that water and how much diarrhea is about to come out. Wait, it's not funny.
He claims that deep in the Amazon, the water's filtered by the roots of the trees and is therefore not.
It's not. The answer is it's not. I don't believe you, sir. What I have studied says otherwise. Use the lark, man. Not sponsored.
What are we even watching
here? The patient intake board. Okay, we are slamming it. A lot of patients coming.
I love the beard, the hoodie.
You're not in the pit.
Look alive, everybody. James Whitmore, chest pain, diaphoresis.
You can't even pronounce
diaphoresis, champ. You don't need a medical degree to read the board.
Trauma 2 open. I need to know right now.
That's my bedroom.
Answer the question, yes or no?
Do it now.
I'm looking for something to intubate with.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but we gotta do it to everybody.
He sounds like Sean from The Good Doctor.
Bingo. The bathroom real quick before
Are you
people show
sure?
up.
Because every time you go in there, you have a PTSD episode.
No, I'll be fine. I couldn't save it!
Oh my God.
I wonder what Noah Wiley's reaction to this would be. The other day, we tried to pitch writing a medical drama with me and Dr. Beach Jam, and he commented that we dare not step on his toes or else he will become an actual doctor. Challenge accepted, sir.
How's Baby Jane Doe doing? We got a donor with a doohickey stuck in his dumper in trauma 2.
Baby Jane Doe. Baby Jane Doe. Why is it there's pleasure? Baby Jane Doe.
Just asking how someone's doing goes a long way. How's Baby Jane Doe? How's Baby Jane Doe? How's Baby Jane Doe?
If I ever get a ferret as a pet, I'm gonna name it Baby Jane Doe. If this video, I won't do it again! If by season 3 premiere, this video gets more than 599,000 likes and over 10,000 comments, I will wear something similar to that to the pit.
Hold them to it, folks.
Oh, yo, no, no, no. Is a grip about to slip? Oh, one of the hooks slipped out. The anchors. Oh, at least the next anchor caught him. Man, that's so scary. That's why I stick to indoor rock climbing, bouldering, and I haven't done it in a while. I will say when you do boulder and you climb, even when you do the beginner climbs, the feeling in your forearms and on the skin of your hands is like nothing I've ever felt before. It's truly amazing for good reasons and bad. Good that it gives you a nice little pump, but bad reasons because you have to develop all these calluses and everything's burning and it's chalky and dry and then you put moisturizer on, it creates this like weird paste. I don't know, we got to find a better solution for it. Slow and steady to build up the calluses until you're ready. Not bad. Oh, never go on a run to see how injured you are. That is not how you test it. If you're running like that, you're injured. If you're gonna do it, doing it in a controlled environment is way better, like a treadmill. Because here, if something pops out, if a car comes, if you need to speed up because someone starts chasing you, you won't be able to adapt. Why train till failure when you can just go straight to failure? In theory, that sounds like it could be plausible, but it's not, because it's the time under tension and you could only fail for so long if it's your first rep. There are certain exercises like cheat curls and stuff that could be plausible in this way, but you can't just fail right away. What did I just witness? That was crazy. Sometimes I just stand in like a seated squat position, not because I want to feel what it's like to be a little shorter, but more so to get a little isometric training of the quads and glutes, etc.
Hey, have you guys seen my butt scratching fork? I think I left it next to my penis water.
What? A butt scratching fork is the worst device ever because it's not only sharp, it has food residue on it, and that is prime placement for bacteria buildup, and you don't want bacteria near your butt. They both start with B, but please don't do it.
What the hell? What the hell?
What in the kitten was that? This is why you don't drowsy drive. It can be even more dangerous than drinking and driving, and residents are horrible at this. That's why a lot of hospitals have programs that if residents feel sleepy, they can ask and they can get their transportation covered.
This is liver, gallbladder, spleen, and large intestine.
What?
Just covering 4 different organ functions.
Is he slapping him with a fly stick, a fly swatter with some glue? And he's talking about organs that are in the abdomen?
Nothing too hard. We're almost there.
He's bruised the out of him.
Good, no? We're good.
He could have just done a really bad blood draw and formed the same bruise without slapping him with a fly swatter.
That's good. Perfect.
Perfect for what? How is that impacting his gallbladder? The gallbladder's right here, champ. Murphy him.
Don't make fun of patients. Don't make fun of diseases. Don't make fun of body parts that have diseases. Don't say or post anything that could be remotely interpreted as making fun of a patient.
I get what you're saying, Dr. Glockenflocken. Comedy's tough because you want to find that line. But I think as a doctor first who's trying to do comedy, you have to err on the side of being less funny because there is a higher chance of you offending a potential patient that might end up in your care. So I agree.
Why do you think I don't have any patient characters in any of my skits? Because I don't want to say anything that's going to undermine the public's trust in what I do as a physician.
And some patients, because of insurance or the way that the system works or it's an emergency, might end up in your care. And if you said something rude or mean about them and they have no choice but to see you, that's not ideal.
Make fun of literally anything else. Right? This is why God made orthopedic surgeons and the entire field of urology and whatever it is rheumatologists do. Make fun of that.
Rheumatologists are so important these days. Autoimmune expertise, there's so many different labs to order and so many seronegative presentations of things that I need their help a lot these days. Back to the TikToks in just a second, but first I want to tell you about ZipRecruiter. Did you know that the average employer has to sift through 250 resumes per job opening? Talk about time consuming. Well, if you're hiring, here's some good news. You can now review all these resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter. They have a new feature that instantly shows you the most interested, qualified candidates first. And today you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Dr. Mike. I've been in the market for a new thumbnail designer, and ZipRecruiter has made the process so much easier. I actually removed the listing after the first day because of how many great applicants came in. That's because their powerful matching technology finds qualified candidates quickly. You can also get a feel for their personality. Candidates can tell you in their own words why they're interested in your job. And with ZipRecruiter's new feature, qualified candidates who are very interested in your job show up at the top of your list. Cut through the standard and get to the standouts with ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Dr. Mike. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Dr. Mike. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Hi, I'm Maggie, and this is my foot before Swan Lake.
Oh, okay. Interesting, because I'm already seeing some signs of potential skin breakdown and irritation that, if warm, tender, and spreading, could be a sign of cellulitis.
This is my foot after the show.
Oh my God, don't. This is gonna end up on WikiFeed, I already know.
Oh, mama.
That's a blister.
Oh my God, stop. What?
That's gotta be a blister meets pedal edema. Elevation, compression stocking, and rest. Oh no. The usual debate is whether to eat it from the middle or from either side, but this is a new one. If you'd like to do that, that's your prerogative. I wouldn't recommend it for safety reasons, health reasons.
That one. Pull that one. No. Next to the one next to that.
Stop! You're yelling. Stop yelling. Stop. Just say yes or no. Yes or no.
Yes.
Honestly, when I do telemedicine appointments and patients are on the phone, and I try to ask to see like the back of their throat if they have a throat symptom or an abdominal pain or look into their nasal mucosa. It is tough because the flashlight is on the other side. Sometimes it doesn't work at the same time as the camera during the virtual appointment. It's really tough. Like in the office, we have all the equipment perfectly suited to take care of the patient. Their stuff at home is not always up to the task. And sometimes their Wi-Fi is not great, and therefore it's super blurry and it's not ideal.
Look at her leg.
Oh, it's a prosthetic. It's a prosthesis. Oh, don't freak the baby out. I can't laugh at this because you want the child to develop a natural curiosity and safety in the scenario, and here you're just traumatizing the poor kid. That was the slickest way I've ever seen any human move their body outside of the Jabberwockies. The flotation skills are great.
Got talent too. Es que Dani,
Wow. Wow. God, the joints are so mobile. I don't have that mobility. Is that a Nerf dart? What did I witness?
She's trying to remove her contact lens.
With what item? What object was that? It was like a little suction tool.
Be smart. Be safe. Don't try this at home.
There was someone who was not an MD who I entrusted with my health. And at one point, I was taking more than 20 supplements a day in the pursuit of longevity.
Oh, well, this is very common because here's what the issue is. Those in the natural medicine space, whatever that means, and I say it like this because doctors recommend natural remedies all the time. I have videos called, here are natural remedies that actually work. When natural remedies become actual science, they're just called science. When they're called natural remedies, that means they're not proven and therefore are potentially distracting you from things that are proven. Many of those people are just trying to sell you a product that has no need to prove that it works, no one overseeing that it works or its safety. So it's like the worst version of whatever qualms you have about the pharmaceutical industry. It's like you take the pharmaceutical industry, which already has a ton of problems, and then you add a ton more problems to it because there's no oversight.
I went to my doctor, my actual doctor, and I said, oh, my gut's all messed up, things are all messed up, my skin's all messed up. And then she said to me, what are you doing? And then I told her, she said, bring in everything that you're taking. I did blood work, and I had terrible liver damage.
That happens from certain supplements. We've seen that as a reoccurring pattern where the liver enzymes are at a very high level, and after discontinuing the supplements, it drops right down, and that is very reassuring, especially because these supplements are all risk, no benefit.
The healthiest girl that I thought in the world by untested, unregulated supplements.
And that's all of them, by the way, not like one brand. What are we looking at here? Police officer down. Oh! He's gonna find the drugs. Wait, is he trying to do chest compressions? No. I'm gonna give the doggy a pass because I was about to say those weren't 2 inches deep. Those are terrible chest compressions. But maybe the doggy is just trying to first do a little sternal rub to see if the police officer is awake. Because if there is a reaction, you shouldn't do chest compression. So this is valuable. And the dog is listening for breathing. So let's see what happens. Whoever trained this dog should go to jail. You think you're gonna get Rosk with those terrible paw compressions? Those paws better step up their game. You wanna be a canine of the year, saving a human life, circulating remaining oxygen within the blood? Unbelievable. Where is this happening? I'm filing a report. You know what? I'm being harsh. And in fact, I've been proven wrong. It knew this dude was not dead. It could hear his heart and his breathing. So it said, why would I go 2 inches deep and break ribs if he already has a pulse? Oh, this is definitely a derm conference. They're all afraid of the sun. As they should be. They're protecting their skin from aging and from burning. There's this weird alternative thing that has happened where people are like, you need to expose yourself to the sun more and the sun can't harm you. No. The sun can harm you. People get sunburns all the time, and those who have sunburns have more cancer. It's just proven. Like, I'm not saying be afraid of the sun, don't go out for 5 minutes within reason. Where's SPF? Coverage.
Today I'm meal prepping for the next 30.
Oh my God, this reminds me of the Basement Yard podcast when they asked me if a hot dog takes off 10 seconds or 10 minutes of your life. No, a hot dog does not shorten your life by 10 minutes.
Well, what if you get like good deli hot dogs?
This helps keep my diet consistent, and the good thing about hot dogs, they're stacked with amazing nutrients and their preservatives to make them last a long time.
I would say that this is a very unhealthy diet. This is considered a processed meat. Overconsumption of processed meats increases risk of certain cancers like colon cancer. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this as a staple of your diet.
You think it's that easy, dude?
Well,
my friends.
I mean, kind of.
Well, I just happen to have a monologue that Scott wrote for next week's episode. Perhaps you'd like to give it a go.
So we get a sneak peek of next week's episode?
That's a weird thing to have.
I'll time you.
Do you need to time her? It's going to be hard enough to do the pronunciation of things.
Okay, sure. And obviously this is real. I promise I've actually never seen this because this is a crazy bit that someone decided to do. Okay, go.
Go.
He's probably anticoagulated for AFib.
That's an important thing because likely this patient is bleeding out, and if they're anticoagulated to decrease the likelihood of forming a clot in the atria, which then can get shot up to the brain, they put them on a blood thinner, which makes them more likely to bleed.
Stand by with a 4-factor PCC if there's a brain bleed. Intubated for an agnal respiration. CGC5.
I think this person was involved in a major trauma, and they're worried about someone who's on anticoagulants bleeding.
Gram of nexofloxacin and a 50 grams of alcoxystrylin. Repeat lactic acid in 3 hours.
Well, they're looking to see if the patient is oxygenating well. Props to Kristen, though. Good job, Kristen. I'm proud of you. I bet your kids are proud of you, too. I know they like medical shows. I see you watch it.
The schools that I went to and the environment that I was in is sort of sports heavy, rugby oriented. But then I broke my back when I was 16.
Breaking your back is no joke. You have these vertebrae that are stacked on top of one another, and there's nerves that come out in between these vertebrae that when there's inflammation because of the fracture, that starts putting pressure on those nerves.
I need to lift heavier weights. I need to take creatine. I need to increase my protein. I need to walk more. I need to increase my fiber. I need to wear more sunscreen. I need to take magnesium. I need to take collagen. I need a sauna. I need to sleep earlier. I need to stop drinking coffee. I need to regulate my cortisol.
Not all bad pieces of advice, surprisingly, from a TikTok. However, when you put the amount of pressure and specificity to each one of those goals, altogether that can feel quite overwhelming. And that ends up spiking cortisol and making sleep worse, anxiety worse. We need to take it one step at a time. We need to take on the biggest challenges first, at the same time taking on smaller challenges to get a little bit of that boost from our neurotransmitters from completing that challenge, and then take on the bigger challenges as time goes on. Usually what happens is you start experiencing the stacking phenomenon that having success in one area leads to success in another area. But it doesn't mean you have to do all those things all the time, all at the same time.
You may now start the encounter.
Hi, my name is Paul. I'm a first-year medical student. I'm going to do a history and physical today before I report the findings back to my preceptor. Could I verify your name and date of birth before we begin? I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands.
That was really good and very thorough, but perhaps too rushed. Perhaps because it was his first time doing it. Maybe wash your hands before entering the room, introduce yourself to the patient, introduce who you are, what you're seeking to do, and then after present all that information to the attending. Honestly, attending should walk in and ask if the patient is comfortable with that first, because maybe a patient doesn't want to tell the story numerous times. Maybe they're not comfortable with a med student in the room. That is within their rights.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Лео.
Hello, my name is Leo.
What's your emergency? Обращайтесь, пожалуйста, в телефон.
Please talk to the phone.
Please talk to phone.
Which is actually not the right advice, because she's doing the right thing by talking to the patient and having the interpreter interpret.
У меня нож в спине.
I have a knife in my back? Like, is he saying he has back pain?
I have knife in back.
I got a level 1 stab wound. I need a gurney.
What's a level 1 stab wound?
You're gonna be okay, sir. Go with him.
Спасибо за помощь с ножом, Вэл.
He said, thank you for your help. Oh my God, we need to get 2 IVs. We need to crack open the chest. We need an x-ray, and we need the trauma team stat. I'm not an ER doctor, but that is what will happen. Anyway, if you enjoy watching, you should check out my full review of St. Denis. Hilarious show. Click here to check that out. And as always, stay happy and healthy.